My fiance, 32 male, and I, 30 female, are getting married in a few months. We've been dating for 2 years. When we first started dating, his sister, 25, and I got along great, but when I asked her to be a bridesmaid, she turned me down. I assumed it was because she wouldn't be the center of attention. Everything spiraled from there, and now we're pretty much no contact with her. She's a brat, truth be told, and created a ton of unnecessary drama. Some highlights were showing up with no gift to our engagement party and not saying a word to us. She ran into my brother in public and was extremely rude to him. She and her boyfriend denied this happened and called my brother a liar. Now she's no longer invited to the wedding. This summer we made an effort to see other members of his family, so we've been spending our weekends meeting up for dinner with different members of his family. Naturally, the issues with his sister came up. I chose not to hold back and told them exactly what she did. They should know how toxic she is and decide if they want her in their lives. Yesterday, I saw on Instagram, one of my fiance's cousins posted a bunch of pictures from a girls' wine day. All of his aunts and female cousins were there, and of course his sister was there. I was so hurt that they wouldn't even invite me. It felt like the pictures were explicitly posted to make me feel bad and show that they took her side. I'm supposed to be marrying into this family in a few months, and they completely left me out. I reached out to one of his aunts I thought I was close to and asked if my fiance's sister planned this, and she said no, it was another aunt. When I asked why I wasn't invited, she said it was because of the drama between me and my fiance's sister. They didn't want the day to be uncomfortable, so they chose to keep it to just family, which hurt to hear that they don't consider me family. I asked her if that meant that they all took her side. She claimed no one was taking sides, and if I choose to take it that way, it was up to me. I ended the phone call very upset. My bridal shower is in a few weeks, and I don't want any of them there. It's for friends and family, and obviously, they don't consider me family, so they don't need to be there. I want no drama at my shower, and only people who are happy for me and love me there. I'm debating if I want them at the wedding, but I'll deal with that later. I have a mass email written up ready to send, disinviting them from my shower, and my fiance's fine with it. He can't stand his sister and is angry with his family. My maid of honor is trying to talk me out of sending it, saying it'll ruin my relationship with his family and my wedding and upset my mother-in-law, but I think it's already ruined. If drama's constantly following you around, and I bet it is, you are the source of it. You can choose not to have a relationship with your future sister-in-law. You cannot, however, demand that everyone do the same. OP, you are the idiot. OP literally went on a campaign this summer, attempting to turn the family against the sister-in-law. She went around to her fiance's relatives, talking crap about a person they've known since she was born. This doesn't naturally come up at every single dinner. She's just upset that her little plan didn't work out, and now she's the black sheep of the family rather than sister-in-law. It's time to scale back the wedding venue. Lady, you claim to not want drama, but it sounds like you're at the center of all of it. You assume she turned you down when you asked her to be a bridesmaid because she won't be the center of attention? You took your brother's word over hers about an encounter. With what proof? You badmouthed her to her family. You assumed that pictures posted on social media were only there to make you feel bad. Is everything about you? And now you want to go nuclear and disinvite a bunch of your fiance's family members from your shower and possibly the wedding? There's one common denominator in all these issues, and it's not the sister. You forgot to mention that the sister didn't bring a gift to the engagement party. OP expects gifts for an engagement party, a bridal shower, and the wedding probably. How greedy can she be? Honestly, I hope OP's fiance reacts the same way his family did if OP doesn't have a come-to-Jesus moment about her own BS. Such a narcissist. You can disinvite them if you choose. It's your wedding, but pretending you're the victim here isn't right. My husband, 38, and I, 37 female, have been married for 9 years and have 2 kids, a preteen and a young grammar schooler. He works a hybrid schedule, so he's home 2 to 3 days a week, and I'm a nurse at an understaffed hospital. Due to that staffing shortage, I was offered to temporarily switch my work hours to the overnight shift. It came with a nice pay bump, which could help us financially. My husband was very much against it, because of the changes it would make to our day-to-day lives. I initially declined the offer, but they countered it with an even higher pay bump, so I took it. It's been 5 months since I changed my hours, and my husband hates it. My hours are now 10 p.m. to 8 a.m., Monday through Thursday, and midnight to 9 a.m. Sunday morning. I usually make it home just in time to see the kids off to school, run some errands and get things done at home in the morning, then sleep until the kids' bedtime and head to work. I think I've gotten efficient at it since the change, but my husband disagrees. I won't lie, he's had to pick up a lot of kid-related things that we used to share. He takes care of pretty much any rides they need and any weekday activities. Now that the kids are done with school, we have them in a summer daycare program, and he does all the drop-offs and pickups. Ever since the kids' school year ended, he's been complaining to me that this isn't working for him anymore. He keeps asking when I can switch my hours back. I've told him that the original plan was for 6 to 8 months, so it could be soon, but it's only been 5 months. If I'm being honest, I don't know if I want to switch back. I'm making and saving a lot more money. Once I adjusted to the sleep schedule, I felt like I had more energy and could get more stuff done when I got home from work. This past weekend, my husband practically begged me to ask my supervisor when I could switch my hours back. I finally told him that I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that. He flipped out on me. He told me that wasn't what he signed up for when we married. He told me he feels lied to because not only did I accept the offer without his final approval, but now I'm going back on my word that it would be temporary. He said that if I'm going to keep my current night shift, I need to do more things at home, since I have the whole place to myself during the day. I asked him what more he thought I should do, and he made a list. He pretty much put all the yard work on there, which is usually stuff he takes care of, and that I don't know how to do. I told him I didn't know how to do all that stuff, and he told me if I can learn how to fold a fitted sheet, you can learn how to mow the lawn. I told him that doesn't seem like a fair division of labor. He told me that he's taken on all the kid stuff, so I need to do more of everything else. I told him that doing manual labor after I worked all night wasn't going to work for me, and he told me to change my hours back then. Am I the idiot for not agreeing to my husband's new chore list? You are the idiot. LOL, of course you have more energy now. It sounds like all you do is sleep and work. Your husband has had to take over every single other task. Learning how to mow the lawn isn't that hard, especially since Google is a thing. Suck it up, as he has for the last 5 months, and do the yard work. Don't forget to weed whack, edge, and clean up all the clippings. Literally, LMAOOO. I was like, babe, you're getting more done when you get home because your family leaves soon after. No crap, you're getting more done. LOL. Plus, she's taken the liberty of relieving herself of all daytime responsibilities, so that would clear up some time too. Lady, do you hate your kids or just love the money? I mean, you could pay someone to do the manual labor with all that you're earning, but your kids know that you're choosing a schedule that lets you avoid them. Why are you not sleeping first and being awake when your family's at home in the evening? Oh, and I'm making and saving a lot more money? I'm a little worried about this. It's not we're saving a lot more money. Hopefully it's just wording, but if they have separate finances and hubby's had to take on nearly the full household load so that OP can make herself some more money, OP doesn't seem to think of herself as a partner or a parent at all. I have 2 kids, a female toddler and a younger male toddler. I'm also a pharmacist, and I like to spend my free time learning to play basketball, play the violin, and learn new languages. So you see, I'm pretty busy during the day. My in-laws have been so supportive. My mother-in-law is an angel. She told me that it made her very happy to see me improve myself, so she volunteered to babysit for us. She babysits whenever we ask and never asks for money, because according to her, she doesn't want to get paid for spending time with her grandkids. The problem is that my brother-in-law's wife, a stay-at-home mom, thinks she's entitled to do the same thing. Don't get me wrong, my mother-in-law babysits for her too, but she'll do it occasionally, not every day. She only has one preschool-age son, doesn't work, and isn't interested in learning anything. Yet she thinks her mother-in-law should babysit for her every day so that she can relax. Yesterday, she snapped at mother-in-law and told her she either has to babysit for both of us or for none of us. I told her that taking care of her kid is her job, and she shouldn't expect others to do it for her. She called me an idiot and said it's none of my business. Am I the idiot for telling my sister-in-law that taking care of her kids is her job, and she shouldn't expect others to do it for her? Your sister-in-law being a stay-at-home mom doesn't mean that her day is less busy than yours, or stress-free for that matter, nor is her not taking classes or having hobbies relevant. You seem very condescending in your opinions about sister-in-law, and she comes off as disrespectful and entitled, but it could be that every time she asks for help, it's denied because mother-in-law, or is this her mother, is constantly babysitting for you. Everyone's the idiot here. If she is a stay-at-home mom, then why should mother-in-law babysit for her daily? What is the point? I'm a stay-at-home mom and I'm 8.5 months pregnant. I'm hung up on the everyday part. My mother-in-law takes my toddler 2 days a week just to hang out and spend the day together, and so I can have a nap. But I would never ask her to take her every single day. She's 2. That's a huge ask. To me, it sounds like grandma's spending a lot more time with OP's children and hardly any with sister-in-law's child. She isn't being paid and it's not her job, so yes, it is very one-sided to spend so much time with one family's kids one-on-one and not all the grandkids, especially since they're conveniently close enough to each other. I don't think mother-in-law's babysitting for sister-in-law at all. It sounds like she was asked to spend more time with her other grandkid, and OP decided to tell her that grandma dibs had already been called, LOL. So I rent a room at a house. With my landlord's permission, my girlfriend moved in with me about a month ago. My roommate, Joe, hardly pays the bills on time and is always late on rent. My landlord understands that it's not my problem and overlooks things. My girlfriend was helping me budget our utilities, and I explained how I often pay the utilities because Joe was late. The utilities are in Joe's name, and she suggested I get them switched in my name and build up the credit. Joe's also been rubbing her the wrong way because he's now slacking on chores because she's there, as if she should do the dishes. After about 3 months of this, there was a huge argument over Joe's late fees and how we've always had to cover his butt. He gets angry and says, "Sue me." My girlfriend said I might because both of my parents are lawyers. She started running down how small claims work and has kept a text and paper trail on Joe. She has a great memory and started rolling figures off the top of her head, and Joe shuts up and looks scared as crap. He pulled me aside the next day, saying I was an idiot for not disclosing that her parents are lawyers and he would have acted better. I said nothing had changed. Why does it matter what her parents do? He acted like it was a big deal, and he thinks my girlfriend should have never moved in because of that. I said that was not the issue, and the landlord agreed to add her to the lease. Joe's been acting suspiciously since then, saying he might move out because I forgot to tell him that important information. Roommate, sue me, but no, not like that. Not the idiot. Your roommate is now in the finding out stage. Good roommates don't need legal threats to do basic chores. Honestly, I would sue him just for funsies. Your roommate is looking for an excuse to get out of Dodge after realizing your girlfriend won't let you cover his sorry butt anymore. She's a keeper, by the way. He's just ticked that your girlfriend stood up to him in a major way. He's used to taking advantage of others and even acting entitled. He's a slacker, and he's been called out. Now he wants to pick up his marbles and go home. I would make darn sure he was paid up before he leaves, or you toss him out. I, 23 male, have this friend, Joseph, 26 male, who I met in a group home. I had a pretty rough childhood, and he took care of me in the home, which can be not so great if you're one of the youngest. Anyway, we became close pretty much immediately, and as we grew up, we became best mates. I recently graduated and he was there. I helped him get a job, etc. His future wife, Amy, does not like me. I have no idea why. It's not even a mutual feeling. I brought it up to Joseph once, but he dismissed it, saying she has no reason to dislike me. I know. That's part of why I'm confused. Anyway, Joseph is getting married. I'm his best man, which Amy's unhappy about. This is probably the time to mention that Joseph is South Asian and Amy's white, so they do have a mix of cultures at this wedding. As a member of the groom's half, I got to wear something South Asian, so I picked out this red Curtis set. Amy didn't like it because she thought red would look too bridal. I'm a guy, so I was confused, but Desi brides do traditionally wear red. She's wearing white though, so fair enough. I then picked out a blue one, and she said the blue was too bright. I then picked a green one, which didn't go with the theme. I was starting to feel she was doing this on purpose, since she suggested no alternatives and just wanted to keep me out of the wedding. So instead of asking her about it for the next one, I just went straight to Joseph for approval. He okayed it pretty much instantly, a cream curtain that matched some of the others on his side. Amy saw it in it for the first time yesterday and started screaming. I couldn't make out much of what she was saying since it was a lot of borderline screeching, but roughly, I think she thought it was too similar to white. She called me a lot of swear words, which I'll not repeat, and an idiot for going behind her back. But it's Joseph's wedding too. It's not like I just chose it on my own. Not the idiot. Amy was being obstructionist, and what she's really mad about is that her power was taken away from her by no other than her oblivious fiance. Sorry to bring an omen of negativity into this, but don't be surprised if once they're married, you rarely or never see your friend again. You may have won the battle, but still might lose the war. Depends on how much of a spine your friend has, and or how long he can keep burying his head in the sand about Amy's feelings towards you. She sounds like a dreamboat. This is Joseph's responsibility to sort out. You're the best man, not a bridesmaid. If Amy has an issue with your outfit, she should take it up with Joseph. Not to mention the fact that she probably doesn't know much about Desi weddings. Does she have a problem with you wearing red? That's concerning. I'm not sure if you're South Asian or if it's just Joseph, but look up a picture of a Desi wedding. If Joseph has other Desi guests, Amy needs to be prepared or at least have some information on them. I have a different take. Everyone is the idiot here. Did you ever ask what colors were acceptable? You figured Amy would disapprove of your latest choice, so you decided not to deal with her. I think you expected her to be upset with you, and you went along with your plan anyway. Joseph is an idiot for approving something that the bride disagreed with. Amy's an idiot for screaming at you. Why are you engaging with Amy without Joseph? Avoid her. Communicate solely with and through Joseph. No face-to-face alone. No text, emails, pictures, etc. This is not as difficult as you're making it.